It's no secret that once hard mode hits, the enemies become much tougher. Especially in harder modes like Master and Expert, get ready to die a couple times. The quicker that you can secure some powerful hard mode weapons, the less of a tedious struggle you'll have in the beginning. So here's a list of some of the easiest to obtain but strongest early hard mode weapons out there for each class. Let's start with melee. At number 1 we have the Icicle. This earlier version of the Death Sickle is an awesome melee scythe weapon that shoots out a spinning icicle projectile that pierces up to 4 enemies after the first and lingers in the air for up to 5 seconds. It's obtainable as soon as hard mode hits with a 1% chance from armored Vikings, ice elementals, ice tortoises, and ice mermen, all common underground hard mode snow enemies. At number 2 we have the Chick Yoyo. This yo-yo is crafted at a mithril orichalcum anvil, using a wooden yo-yo mixed with 15 crystal shards and 10 souls of light, all of which can be obtained early hard mode. A few tips are to use splunkers to find mithril or orichalcum quick for an anvil, and navigate your way slowly through the underground hallow to find 15 crystal shards. For souls of light, chaos elementals can be tough to kill early hard mode. I would target slimes, bats, and skeletons since they are most common. Remember that any enemy inside the underground hallow can drop the souls, not only illuminate enemies that belong to the biome. At number 3 we have the Shadowflame Knife. Using this weapon shoots out rapidly moving Shadowflame knives with the cursor, which ricochet and inflict the Shadowflame debuff, which is a buffed Frostburn debuff. It has a 17% chance in normal mode and a 33% chance in Expert and Master mode to draft from the Goblin Warlock, a hard mode Goblin army enemy. The reason it's pretty easy to get is because the Goblin army is a pre-hard mode invasion, and there is no change to it in hard mode besides adding the Goblin Warlock, who isn't even that hard to beat. Your late pre-hard mode weapons will shred through the Goblin troops and most likely deal enough damage to beat the Warlock a few times, making this awesome melee weapon pretty easy to obtain. Now moving on to Ranger. At number 1 we have the Clockwork Assault Rifle. This rifle is dropped from the Wall of Flesh itself with a 25% chance in all modes, making it uncommon but not too rare. It shoots out a burst of 3 bullets, but only the first bullet will consume ammunition. Paired with the Ranger emblem and crystal bullets, it's great for the mechanical bosses. Next, at number 2 we have the Deadlift Storm bow. This bow when used causes arrows to rapidly fall from the sky. It has a 25% chance of being dropped from hallowed mimics, which are very rare underground mimics. But don't worry, remember that hallowed mimics can actually be spawned manually by the player by putting a key of light crafted with 15 souls of light at a workbench into empty chests. While getting this many souls can be tricky early hard mode on top of only a 25% chance of being dropped, this process can sound rough. However, it may not be as bad as you think, and the bow is more than worth it. Paired with holy arrows, it tears through all the mechanical bosses, especially the Destroyer. At number 3 we have the Mega Shark. It has low damage but shoots out bullets at an insanely fast speed, similar to the Mini Shark. To craft this weapon, you'll need to mix the Mini Shark with illegal gun parts from the arms dealer, shark fins from the ocean, and souls of might from the Destroyer. In most of my Ranger worlds, I personally craft the Mega Shark after using the Deadlift Storm to beat the Destroyer, since you need souls of might to craft it. Now moving on to Mage. At number 1 we have the Golden Shower. Anyone who's played Terraria for a long time already knows that this weapon was going to be on this list. The Golden Shower is one of the best magic tomes in the game and is pretty easily crafted. All you need is 15 souls of Night and Ichor, both of which are found in the Underground Crimson, mixed with a spell tome from the Wizard for a mere 5 gold. It shoots at a stream of Ichor which pierces through enemies and constantly deals damage. While it's a great weapon considering the damage, what really makes it special is the Ichor debuff that it inflicts upon enemies and bosses, which reduces defense by 15 and causes the enemy to have a yellow glow. It's great for the twins in Skeletron Prime, however the Destroyer is immune to the Ichor debuff. Unfortunately, it's only available in Crimson worlds, meaning that Corruption worlds will have to create a new world of the Crimson and defeat the Wall of Flesh to get this weapon. At number 2 we have the Crystal Vala Shard. It drops from hallowed mimics with a 25% chance, same as the Deadlift Storm bow. Using this weapon shoots out a crystal projectile that moves through blocks and pierces infinitely. It's amazing for bosses and invasions because of its high DPS and ability to move through walls. At number 3 we have the Klinger Staff. Since we had a Crimson exclusive early hard mode weapon, it's only fair that it do a Corruption exclusive weapon too. The Klinger Staff is similar to the Nimbus Rod and spawns a wall of cursed flames at the cursor when it is used. Enemies that touch this wall will be inflicted with the Cursed Flames debuff, a stronger version of Frostburn. It's great for invasions of groups of enemies and has a 20% chance to drop from the Corrupt Mimic. It can either be found very rarely underground, in the Underground Corruption in this case, or spawned with a Soul Key, the Key of Night in this case.
360 ooga booga booga!
And now lastly, Summoner. At number 1 is the Spider Staff. This staff summons little spiders that fight for you. The spiders move quickly and deal poison onto their targets. It has the highest base DPS of any other pre-planetary summon weapon, and can be acquired as soon as hard mode hits by returning to the spider biome and beating black recluses, which commonly drop spider fangs. While it may only take about 15 recluses to get enough spider fangs, these hard mode enemies have tons of health and deal tons of damage. They can't move through blocks, however, so try to utilize the blocks around you and protect yourself as you move through the spider bomb. At number 2, we have the Cool Whip. When striking an enemy, it deals contact damage and summons a temporary, friendly snowflake that will attack nearby enemies as well. It's crafted at a mithril or a calcum anvil, with 8 souls of light and night and 1 frost core. Frost cores can be pretty tricky to get. They are obtained by defeating the ice golem enemy that spawns only in blizzards. If you find out there's a blizzard in your snow biome in hard mode, it would be worth it to spend time looking for the ice golem to get the frost core. Blizzards will usually happen every 4 to 6 in-game days. At number 3, we have the Sanguine Staff. This summon weapon summons red sanguine bats that fly above the player and fight for you. It has precise movement and is great for faster bosses and crowd control as well. It's dropped with a 50% chance in normal mode and a 100% chance in expert and master mode from the Dread Nautilus mini-boss, summoned rarely by fishing during a blood moon. And that's it. Those are weapons for every class that will help any player sail through early hard mode and avoid the struggle. Let me know what weapons I should add in the comments down below, and don't forget to drop a like and sub. I'll see you guys in the next one.